Hamadwa Panya Jerusalem. Stand and face Jerusalem. I'll be able to read everything. The blessing of the Sabbath. Barakata Yahweh. Bahasham. Yahweh Shai. Asherah. Netananawa. Hashabat. Bashalawam. The water. Amen. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the Sabbath in peace. Thank you, so be it. Psalm 121. The Ilim, Maha, Asharim, Akkad. Anya, Harayam, Ayenyamya, Al, Ahariam, Mahayan, Yabua'a, Isaiah, Yabua'a, Mayahawa, Shasha, Shamayam, Waratiza, La'a, Yenathan, Lamawat, Ragalia, Yala'a, Yenawum, Shashamarka, Hana, La'a, Yenawum, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shashamar, Yasharala, Yahawa, Shamaria, Yahawa, Tazalia, Ayah, Yad, Yamyanya, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Hakaya, Wayarak, La'a, Balayala, Yahawa, Yashamaria, Makal, Rai, Yashamar, Napashia, Yahawa, Yashamar, Hawalakia, Wabaya, Maitha, Wa'id, Iwalam, Bahasham, Yahawashah, to water. Amen.
Psalms 121, a song of degrees. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, and even forevermore. Amen.
Amen. Hear, O Israel, Shema Yasharallah. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allahaynawa, Yahweh, Akkad. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allahaynawa, Yahweh, Akkad. Shema Yasharallah, Yahweh, Allahaynawa, Yahweh, Akkad.
Deuteronomy 6 and 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Amen.
Amen. The Lord's Prayer. Yahweh Tapala. Abiyanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Chaya. Shamka. Yahweh. Malakwatka. Taba'ah. Ratizawanka. Chaya. Aisha. Baratiza. Ka. Bashamayim, Netananawa, Lakam, Yawum, Za, Wasalakanawa, Kawabwatinawa, Kahawabwatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kahawabwat Yanawa, Wala'a, Habiyanawa, Nasaya one, Abal, Hawashinawa, Marai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwat, Wa'ala, Wahatapa Arak, Waiwalam. Amen.
Matthew 6 and 9. After this manner therefore pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen. Ha'aishara matazawat. The Ten Commandments. La'ah, Yahaya, La'ka, Alahayim, Akarim, Ipanya, La'ah, Daisha, La'ka, Pasal, Wala'ah, Daibadam, La'ah, Talakwaka, Shamwa, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lashua, Zakar, At, Hayawam, Hashabat, Lakodashwa, Kabad, Abaka, Wa Amaka, La'ah, Taratizak, La'ah, Tana'at, La'ah, Taganah, La'ah, Daina, Shakor, La'ah, Takamad, Kal, Asherah, Laraika, Amen.
Exodus 20 and 3. Thou shalt no other God before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in the dews, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. Amen.
Amen. Yeshua be seated. Barakta Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Asherah, Nathanawa, Parya Hagapon, the water, Aman, La, Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh At Yasha'Allah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh that give to us the fruit of the vine. Thank you, so be it to Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh with Israel. I'm Madwa, Panya, Jerusalem. Stand and face Jerusalem. Barakata Yahweh, Hagadal, Rakawam, Abiyar, Wanara'ah, Aliyawan, Malak, Shal, Shamayam, Waratazar, Wakal, Dabarim, Kayayam, Wagam, Amashiach, Mayahawa, Hadawanawa, Ahabnawa, Apala, Yawaitiza, Yahawashai, Zakarnawa, Yahawa, Bartazawan, Anka, Yasha'ala, Izarnawa, Bana, Wasap, Yasha'ala, Al, Nayanawa, Nanawa, Yamyan, Aitha, Kayawam, Yam, Kayawam Yam, Makodam, Babakasha, Shalak, Maaka Allah, Wartaz Wadak, Alahayam, La, Rapanawa, Washamor, Alnawa, Baikor, Shalak, Aroka, Shah, Yahavashai, Lanawa, Lamadnawa, Rabiam, Hakama, Tabawana, Wada'ait, Shah, Tabarka, Basham, Yahavashai, Tawada, Tamyad, Waiwalam, Aman. Blessed are you, Yahweh, the great, merciful, mighty, terrible, most high power, King of heaven and earth, and all things living, and also the anointed from Yahweh, our Lord, our friend, the wonderful counselor, Yahweh Shai. Remember us, Yahweh, favorably, your people Israel. Help us build and gather Israel most high. We beg you right now, like the days of old, please send Michael and the righteous power to protect us, heal us, and watch over us. Mainly send the spirit of Yahweh Shai to us to teach us much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of thy word in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, always and forever. Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, so be it. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the law. Barakata Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Nethanelawa, HaThorah. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the light to see. Barakata Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Nethanelawa, Awar, Larawat. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the ram's horn to call the people. Barakata Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Netanelawa, Koran, Haya, Lakorah, Ha'aim. Blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that give to us the olive oil to anoint Israel. Barakata Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Asherah, Netanelawa, Hashaman, Zayat, Lamashak, Yasha'ala. Yashaba, be seated. Can I hit it blind?
Thank you. Take care. Say thanks. Thanks. Thing we covered, thank you. Use that for the time. Thank
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Priest Kahan Yawakanan. I'm doing the service today. And I'm doing Leviticus chapter 15 and 16. And even I was even yesterday, or like nor'easter yesterday. It's like, wow, I saw on the news like 5 people died. Five people, perished out there because with the with the weather and stuff like that, even at times, I remember years ago, these guys used to chase storms, they have a car specially made just that they can be in the eye of the storm, or even so-called whites flying airplane in the storm, meanwhile everybody else is running away, and some of those guys, a couple of those guys, that the storm chasers, that got killed in their car. So this is what the Most High says in Isaiah 29 and 6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. Even with the fires that in California, just burning and burning, and even kill some firefighters too. And all kind of earthquake. The Most High. When they say people stay out of the storm and things because it's gonna be so bad. Some people still go out there trying to film or trying to do certain things, and they get hurt or they get killed. Isaiah 29 and 6. Yeah, so even the Most High with the flood in Genesis chapter 6, there was some heavy rain that killed a lot of people. And even looking at some video back in Katrina, you see pictures of those people just floating in the water, dead. Sad sight. Okay. So, it's good to know that we are Israelites, Black, Hispanics, and Native American, who father is the same. Because you got a lot of things out there. People say, oh, they're biracial, or they all kind of names, try to put it out there, But you are what your father is. Was it Joshua? That is doing the search of their fathers. Oh, Job 8 and 8. Okay. Job 8 and 8. Yeah. Job 8 and 8. The water ox. Job 88. Let's see that. Job 8:8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. Now you fathered, because when you read in Matthew chapter 1, it shows that Christ's lineage. And beget, you know, Matthew chapter 1, beget, this father, beget, till Christ came. Show his lineage. So all this stuff that people want to say, oh, they have this, all this, you know, they want to, you know, confuse people in a lot of things, you know. All right, we're going to Leviticus chapter 15, verse 1. We're going to read in the Hebrew first. So those who know the Hebrew can follow along. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 1. Where the bar Yahweh al-Masha wa al-Haharon la Amar, verse 2. The barwa al-Banya Yasha'ala wa Amar Thum al-Ham Ayash Kaya Yahaya Zab Ma Ba Sharwa Za Wabwa Sama'a Hawa'a, verse 3. Wa Za'at Saha Ya Sama Atwa Baza Wabwa Rur Basharwa At Za Wabwa Al Ha Katha Yam Basharwa Maza Wabwa Sama Atwa Hawa'a, verse 4. Kal Ha Ma Shab Shak Ba Ashra Ya Sha Bab Ail Yawa Hat Hazab Ya Ka Ma'a Wa Kal Ha Kal Ya Ashra Ya Shab Ail Yawa Ya Sa Ma Ha, verse 5. What Ashura? Is it Yashab? Yeah. Yeah. Verse 5. Wa Yash Ashura Ya Gai Ba Ma Sha Ka Bawa Ya Ka Bas Ba Gad Yawa Wa Ra Katiza Ba Ma Yam Wa Ta Ma A Aid Ha I Rob, verse 6. Wa Ha Yash Ba Ail. Oh, why Ha Ya Shab sit. And say Yashawa Ail. Oh. Somebody start 60 line, please. Ha Kal Ya Ha Shar Yashab Ail. Oh, Ashura. It's in the prayers. Yashab Ail Yawa Ha Zab Ya Ka Bas Ba Gad Yawa Wa warakatiza ba ma yam wa ta ma a aid ha I rob. Verse 7, wa ha na gai ba shar ha zab ya ka bas ba gad yawa wa ra katiza ba ma yam wa sa ma a aid ha I rob. Verse 8, wa ka ya rak ha zab ba ta ha war wa ka bas ba gad yawa wa ra katiza ba ma yam wa ta ma a aid ha I rob. Verse 9, wakal ha ma ra kab ashara ya ra kab ail yawa ha zab ya ta ma a. Verse 10, wakal ha na gai wakal ashara yahaya sa ka ta yawa ya ta ma a aid ha I rob wa ha na was a ha wasam ya ka bas bagad yawa wa ra katiza ba ma yam wa ta ma a aid ha I rob. Verse 11, wakal ashara ya gai bawa ha zab wa yad ya wa la a sha sap ba ma yam wa ka bas ga ba gad yawa wa ra katiza ba ma yam wa ta ma a aid ha I rob. Verse 12, wakal ya ka ras ashara ya ga I bawa ha zab ya shab no ya shabar wakal kal ya hai aitiza ya sha sap ba ma yam. Verse 13, wa ka ya sa har ha zab ma za wab wa sa par lau ya no shabaitha lawa shabaitha. And this is a yum yun, right? 7 days. Latha ha rath wa ka bas ba gad yawa wa ra katiza ba sharwa ba ma yam haya yam wa tha har. Verse 14, wa ba ya wam. Is it verse 14? Oh, kaya yam. I know that kaya is life or living. Kaya yam. Right. Okay, verse 14. Wa ba ya wam ha sham ya na ya kwak. What's it? Lor shat ya thara yum all shanya banya ya wanha wa ba a la panya Yahweh al sa no pa sak pasak pa pal ma wa aid wa na san ma al ha kahan. Verse 15. Wa I sha atham ha kahan akad kata at waha akad ilha wa ka par il yawa ha kahan la panya Yahweh ma za rabwa. Verse 16. Wa ayash kaya sa taza'a ma nawa shaka bath zarai wa katiza ma ba ma yam at kal ba sharwa wa ta ma a aid ha I rob. Verse 17. Wakal ba God wakal I war Asherah Yahaya Il Yawa Shaka Bat Zarai Waka Bas Ba Ma Yam Wa Sa Ma A I Ha I Rob. Verse 18. Wa A Sha Ha Asherah Ya Sha Bab Ayash Asa Asaha Shaka Bath Zarai Wara Katzawa Ba Ma Yam Wa Ta Ma Au Aid Ha I Rob. Verse 19. Wa A Sha Kaya Sa Ha Ya Ha Zara Dum Yahaya Zabaha Dum Yahaya Ish. What is short? Zabaha ba Sharha Shab Ith Yum Tha Ha Ya Ha Ba Na Da Tha Ha Wakal Ha Na Gai Ba Ha Ya Ta Ma A Aid, Ha'ai, Rob, verse 20, Wakal, Asherah, Tha, Sha, Kab, Ail, Yawa, Ban, Dat, Ha, Yata, Ma'a, Wakal, Asherah, Tha, Shab, Ail, Yawa, Ya, Tha, Ma'a, verse 21, Wakal, Ha, Na, Gai, Ba, Ma, Sha, Ka, Ba, Ha, Ya, Ba, Ya, Ka, Bas, Ba, Gad, Bagad, Yawa, Wa, Ra, Katiza, Ba, Ma, Yam, Wa, Ta, Ma, A, Aid, Ha, I, Rob, verse 22, Wakal, Hana, Gai, Bakal, Kalya, Asherah, Tha, Shab, Ail, Yawa, Ya, Ka, Bas, Ba, Gad, Yawa, Wa, Ra, Katiza, Ba, Ma, Yam, Wa, Ta, Ma, A, Aid, Ha, I, Rob, verse 23, Wa, Ail, Ha, Ma, Sha, Kab, Ha, Wa, A, All, Ail, Ha, Kal, Ya, Asherah, Ha, Wa, A, Ya, Sha, Bath, Ya, Shab, Sa, Sa, no, Ail, Yawa, Ban, Ga, Aiwa, Bao, Ya, Sa, Ma, A, Ail, Ha, I, Rob, verse 24, Wa, Sha, Ka, Ba, Shakab, Ya, Sha, Ka, Ba, Ayash, A, Saha, Wa, Sa, Ha, Ya, Na, Da, Na, Dat, Ha, Ail, Yawa, Wa, Sa, Ma, Ha, Sha, Sha, Baitha, Yam, Yam, Wakal, Ha, Hama, Sha, Kab, Asherah, Ya, Sha, Kab, Ail, Yawa, Wa, Ya, Sa, Ma, A, verse 25, Wa, A, Sha, Kaya, Ya, Zawab, Zawab, Dam, Ha, Yum, Yum, Rabayam, Ba, La'a, oh, Rabiam, like in the prayers, right? Rabiam, oh,
It says many, many things. Yum Rabbi.
Ba, La'a, Ait, Na, Dat, Ha, All, Kaya, Kaya, Sa, Za, Wab, Ail, Na, Dat, Ha, Kal, Yam, Yamya, Za, Wab, Tama, Atha, Kaya, Maya, Na, Datha, Saha, Yaha, Tama, Aha, Ha, Wa, A, verse 26, Kal, Ham, Ha, Ma, Sha, Kab, Asherah, Tha, Sha, Ka, Sha, no, Tha, Sha, Ka, Ayawa, Ka, Za, Wabha, Ka, Kama, Shab, Ba, Ka Mashakab. Mashakab. Okay. Now that ha Yahaya Lau Wakal. Oh, Laha. Almost sound like Laha, right? It's almost sound like La'a. Laha. Wakal Ha Kalya Asherah Shab Al Yawa Ma'a Yahaya Kata Ma'at Na Da Saha Wakal, verse 27, Wakal Ha Na Wa Gai Bum Ya Yatha Ma'a Wa Ka Bas Ba Gad Yawa Wa Ra Katiza Ba Ma Yam Wa Ta Ma'a Aid Ha I Rab, verse 26, Wa Tha Ha Ra Ha Ma Za Wabha Wa Sa Pa Ra Ha Shaba Ais Yum Yum Wa A Kar Sa Ta, right? Ta, right? Har, verse 29, Wa Ba Ya Wam Ha Sha Ha Sham Ya Nawa Ha Sha Ya Naya Sa Kwak La Ha Shatya Tara Yum Al Shanya Banya Ya Wa Na Ha Wa Ha Ka Ya Aha A Wa Thum Al Ha Kahan Al Pathak Ahal Ma Wa Aid, verse 30, Wa Aisha Ha Kahan At Ha A Ha Akad Kata At Wa At Ha A Ha Akad Ailha Wa Kapar. They ever told me, right? Al Ya Ha Kahan La Panya Yahawa Ma Zawab Tama A Thumb, verse 31, Waha Za Ra Thumb At Banya Yasha'ala Mata Ma A Thumb Wa La A Yam Sawa Bata Ma A Thumb Bata Ma Hum At Ma Sha Kanya Ashara Ba Sa Wa Kum, verse 32, Za'at Thara Rat Ha Zab Wa Ashara Sa Taza'a Ma Manwa Sha Mam Nawa Shaka Bat Zarai. Yeah, seed. It means seed also. Offspring. I think it means offspring, but it's a seminal discharge here. Watha ma aha baha, verse 33. Waha da waha bana datha waha zab at za wab wa la za kar wa la na kwab ha wa la a yash ashara ya sha bab ya sha kab I'm tama a ha. Let's see. Where's this 16? Yeah, well, must be a misprint in it. It says 15 again. Because here it says 15 and now it says 15 again, but it's chapter 16. Yeah, no, it says 15 and 1. Must be a mistake. No, but it starts in verse 1 again. It's the way the bar Yahweh al Masha. So it gotta be 16. This is a misprint. Amalek tried, you know. The printers tried, so that's what I'm reading. Art Scroll. This is just the book of Leviticus. I think it's about $25 for it. I have the 5 books. Okay. It's good to have it. The interlinear, you know, it helps. So it helps a lot. If you just look at the Hebrew just by itself, then it's, you know, it's kind of tough. But the interlinear helps with the grammar and the vocabulary. You start to see certain words and things like that. So we're gonna go into the English. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when any man hath a running issue out of his flesh, because of his issue, he is unclean. So when you have a running issue, not like saying you have a cut and then it stops. They put a band-aid on it and it stops. So when you have like a deep wound and they have to be changing the bandage every few minutes because there's so much flow of blood and fluid keep coming out. So you're unclean, or some surgery and things like that. You're unclean. You can't come to the gathering. You can't come to the church or the feast. You're unclean. All right. I can only stand on one foot. Yeah, can you mute your line, please? *6. I appreciate it. Yeah, can you *6 your line? He's unclean, so when you have a discharge, I mean, it keeps coming out. you're unclean.
Then you get out there.
So unclean to when?
And until it stops, until the evening. We're gonna go into here. But you're unclean.
If you keep running, then you're unclean. If you stop, then you die.
Yeah, you put a
Band-aid.
a bandage and stuff like that. But if it keeps running, you gotta change the bandage or the gauze or whatever, every few minutes. Then it's running. See when it says running, and it says right here discharge, but it's running. And they make the reference to Numbers 5 and 2. Verse 1. Verse 1, it makes a reference to Numbers. Yeah, Numbers 5 and 2. It says, command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper and everyone that had an issue, and whosoever is defiled by the dead. So when you have an issue, the running issue, that's what it's called here. So the verse 2. Verse 3. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue, whether his flesh run with his issue, or his flesh be stopped from his issue, it is his uncleanness. Whether it's running or whatever, it stop is an unclean situation. So it says right here in verse 4, it says, every bed whereupon he lieth that had the issue is unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. So, like in a hospital and so on and so forth, you have, people have a running issue and things like that. They have to come and change the linen, often the gauze and the linen and for the wound or the issue. Got to keep changing it. So anything he touches is unclean. Or more or less like this thing you can clean off or you can wash. It's unclean. Verse 5. And whosoever toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. Yeah, sometimes I even think about this some of our people who work in nursing homes, hospitals and things like that, and they have to, almost constantly be around people who have, issues, because that's part of their duty, Verse 6. And he, Numbers 5 and 2, verse 2. So even some of our people who work in these fields, hospital, nursing homes, taking care of the ill, people have these issues and things like that. It's nice that before the sundown Friday, they can get off from work. So, they can be clean and able to come to the service and come to the feast days. Verse 6. And he that the service. Okay. Verse 7. And he that him that had issue shall be unclean, because even the caretakers, like nurses and doctors, that like to wear white, have that white on, so they could keep, constant look at their clothes that is not stained or get messed up. And then sometimes they wear a gown to protect themselves, but you have to, take it off and, wash yourself and everything, and, change your clothes. And by evening, then you're clean. Like what I said, our feast days are in the evenings. Verse 8. And if he that had the issue spit upon him that is clean, so this is an awful situation, if someone is unclean and they spit upon somebody else, spit up on the person around them, it's an awful situation that someone would spit on you. And even sometimes, brothers out there teaching, and you don't know what certain people have, and they, want to spit on the brother or spit on anybody, A lot of times, so you just want to run and, wash yourself off or wash your clothes, all of that, because you don't know what they have, But the issue, and they spit upon him that is clean. Then he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. So it's not like saying he will just, wipe off this and that. The Moses say you gotta, wash your clothes and bathe yourself off. So a lot of times people, when people in the nursing home and doctors so and so forth, they would just go and, change their clothes and everything, and when they get home, they just change their clothes and bathe themselves to all that stuff. Come on, Nabia.
Yeah, I can think too. Some people they spit when they talk. Might be unclean and talking.
This is actually spitting.
What kind of spit?
I mean,
some folks spit when they talk. They're supposed to like, you might be talking and unclean and spit come out your mouth and nails sometimes.
Yeah, even nowadays, people are so leery around being around people, because you don't know what they have and so on and so forth, or they could be deranged, and spit on people. Even sometimes you work in a nursing home and doctors, sometimes the patients attack the doctors and the nurses, because at times, back in the days, I used to volunteer, and I used to wear, like, when someone's like really sick, it's put on mask and gown and double gloves, just to go in there. Just to go in their room to protect themselves, Because sometimes even the doctors, they like go from patient to patient and they don't like wash up their hands and clean up themselves. Sometimes they get sick too because they're exposed to so much sickness, and so much uncleanness. Yeah, that's why at times when you see the priests, when the priests come and they see somebody, and they see them at a distance, they come maybe in the front of the temple, and they would and the priest can see, what kind of issue that they may have, They can't come into the temple, but they can at a distance, see and probably even recommend what they do for the average person. Verse 9, and what saddle soever he rideth upon that had the issue shall be unclean. So sometimes you have certain Western movies, that the man got shot or whatever and things like that, and he's holding his wound and he's bleeding and so on and so forth. So sometimes all that blood and issue just be upon his saddle and things like that, It's just like, like that's his, and he would ride off trying to escape some like, bank robbers or criminals. They like holding their stomach or holding their arm and bandage it up, and they still riding to get away, So I even thinking about how I should even mention it, but when the where that Khan, you know where it is? What is it? Ray McGillard, right? And he got wounded between the fifth rib. Yeah, the king. I forgot the king's name. So he King Ahab, right? Yeah, he got shot and he was bleeding. So he said he's wounded and so on and so forth. And he said the dog's gonna lick up his blood. Yeah. Yeah, and he says, I think the Most High told him that the dog's gonna lick up his blood. So when the dog licking up your blood, I mean you're bleeding. If you can you get that for me? Well, I just mentioned it. You have Kings 21:19. 1 Kings 21:19.
First Kings. First Kings.
Yeah, I just want to read it quickly. 1 Kings 21:19. And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, Thus said the Lord, had thou killed and yeah, I lost it for a minute. And thou shalt speak unto him, saying, Thus said the Lord, had thou killed and also taken possession, and thou shalt speak unto him, saying, Thus said the Lord, in the place where dogs lick the blood of Naboth, shall dogs lick thy blood, even thine. So if dog is licking up your blood, I mean you're bleeding profusely for the dog to lick it up.
What verse 7?
Verse. First Kings. It's 1 Kings, verse 9.
I mean, where did it link up with 9?
Yeah, verse 9.
1 Kings, verse 9.
1 Kings 21, verse 19.
Chapter 15, Leviticus 15 now.
So,
I got a link which is pulled, what it actually happens to.
verse 9.
Who you pulled in verse 19, 1 Kings 21, 19.
Yeah.
I'll go now.
1 Kings 22,
1 Kings 22.
37 and 38.
37, 38.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 9.
Naboth was that brother that had that land that I think was adjacent to the king, where part of land that he had in that tribe. Jezebel convinced him to take that land from him by ill means.
I mean, first he wanted to buy it. He says it's not for sale. Like certain things out here is not for sale. But his wicked wife set everything up, had him killed, and said, "All right, he's dead now, and he's going over there trying, to get the land." I was like, that's not good. Yeah, he's dead now. Yeah, I can get his woman, his land, all that. No, I'm just saying that sometimes some brothers out there to set up somebody to get and say, all right, you want me to take care of him? I'll go kill him for you. And then you can get his wife, his kids, his property, all that stuff. It's like, wait a minute.
This is 1 Kings 22, 37 and 38. 1 Kings 22, 37 says, so the king died and was brought to Samaria, and they buried the king in Samaria. 38. And one washed the chariot in the pool of Samaria, that's the power thing, and his party, and the dogs licked up his blood, and they washed his armor according to the word which word of Yahweh which he spake.
Yeah, like I said, if the dog licking up your blood, I mean, it's a lot of blood coming out, Verse 10. And whosoever toucheth anything that was under him shall be unclean until the even. So when they wash his armor and everything, so they're going to be unclean until the evening. And he that beareth any of those things shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. So at times, when they have war and things like that, and you have to go and help the wounded, bury the dead and things like that, you're partaking in like an uncleanness, that you're gonna be unclean until the evening. Like what I said, when you're working in a hospital, in a certain situation, you constantly see blood, and you're doing surgery, and sometimes you see the doctors, they doing surgery, and they have the gloves, and the gloves like filled with blood, or even you work in the military, in the doctors in the military, thing like that, you constantly see all that blood and gore, emergency rooms. Verse 11. And whomsoever he toucheth that had the issue, and had not rinsed his hands in water, he shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the evening. So all this discharge, all that stuff that you touch, all that surrounding him and things like that, you just unclean. Like what I said before, it's nice to know that if you're in this field and you constantly see these things, emergency rooms and so on and so forth, you constantly see these things, and before Friday evening, you want to make sure you wash and clean yourself up and change your clothes. Verse 12. And the vessel of earth that he toucheth, which had the issue, shall be broken. So, like things that made of clay, like clay pots and clay cups and things like that, you just break it. And every vessel of wood shall be rinsed in water. So with wood, you're not going to break it. You're just going to rinse it out. Rinse it out, wash it, and rinse it out good. Verse 13, and when he that had an issue is cleansed of his issue, then he shall number to himself 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and bathe his flesh in running water, and shall be clean. So, like it says, running water to wash it off. Because even if it's a tub bath, you're still sitting in the unclean water and things like that. So it's like it's taking a shower here in running water and just wash everything off. Verse 14, and on the 8th day he shall take to him 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and give them unto the priests. So 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeon is not very expensive like a sheep or a goat. It's something that the average person can able to purchase and come into the door of the tabernacle and give it to the priest.
4 men's
Hmm?
4 men's offering.
Yeah, poor man's offering. So yeah, so at times when the Most I say, this, a sheep, maybe a sheep or lamb to offer, which is a lamb or a sheep now is maybe about $200. I think it's about $200 for like a whole, a live lamb, So with the 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons, it's enough that somebody can able to purchase, the average person to purchase, and give them unto the priest. So the priest will take care of it. So I can see back in the days, the priest would come and take it from after he's cleaning everything. Just take it to the priest, and the priest take it and take care of the offering for him. Verse 15. And the priest shall offer them, the one for sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue. So he has to bring this according to the law. He just can't say, "Oh, I'm clean now, fine," But you have to bring it to the priest, to show that he had an issue and he's making an atonement for the issue. Verse 16, and if any man's seed of copulation go out from him, then he shall wash all his flesh in water and be unclean until the evening. So seed of copulation, if you're having sex or you have nocturnal emission or a wet dream, you unclean until evening. Sometime it happened, like a Friday night. Sometimes it happened, like a wet dream, come and you wake up, Saturday morning, you're unclean and you can't come to the Sabbath service.
I never knew brothers. I remember somebody always talked about this brother. I think it was very good. It was like every Sabbath it happened. It was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna do something like, what's that? It's like a spirit or something. Why is it? every
Sabbath.
It was like, I think it's 200 or 300 bucks. He thought it was better. Because it was a brother that was coming every Saturday, every Friday night. We kept happening back to back to back.
Yeah, because some of them is like, man, I fix up myself and set up my clothes and everything. It's like, I really want to go to the Sabbath service. Like, can't come. Remember one time, it happened to me, and a brother asked me for something, and I wanted to give it to him. So I figured that, okay, I'm unclean. Let me drive there, but I'm outside the school. I can hand it to him. It's like, brothers, if you're unclean, do not come to the Sabbath service.
Or like, I don't know, the brothers. Remember, brothers always talk about. I think a brother who was unclean, and then he came to the camp. It was like, he felt some kind of way. He wanted to be out there with brothers teaching. Brothers like, yo, like, it's okay, man. Don't come to the camp. Like, just stay home. It's all good.
You're across the street. You're right here. Yeah, but I'm just a few yards away from you guys. But you're unclean. We know that you're unclean. You say you're unclean, but you can't be participate too. Yeah, it's like.
So we say too, this goes for us that know the truth, so we can rehearse it, because we had to apply it to everybody who's in the world. We would never be able to make it to the service. Think about it, you drive in here, you take public transportation here, bump into people, you sit down in a seat that somebody just sat in and had some, shellfish or something, or you bump into someone who is bleeding, you may not know it, right? Or whoever else. It's like, we can never do anything over there. We'll always be unclean.
It's like, oh man, right in New York City subways or anything, and it's like, driving, and you're like, oh man, I think I see that deer over there. It's like, did we drive over it? It's like,
I realized, I was like, hit the wheels attached to the chassis, attached to the car seat, which I'm sitting in the car seat. Am I unclean now?
like a van full of brothers. Yeah, we're going to camp. We're gonna go to this city, and we're gonna go to camp. All of us going, full of brothers. We drive over a roadkill. Oh man. Oh man.
Can't go.
It's like, do we have grace for this? But even like a brother told me, yeah, he woke up and he's unclean, and he's like, hey, I have a nocturnal emission, a wet dream. Oh, let me have sex with my wife anyway. I said, come on, you can't even be doing that either, I mean, picture you're unclean and you want to just have sex with your wife. And it's like, don't do that. What if she wants to come? No, you're making her unclean. You're transgressing the law like that and doing your pleasure on the Sabbath. And it's like, it doesn't look right. So Satan is like, see, look what he's doing. He's there doing on the Sabbath. Look at him. And I'm not supposed to be doing that. Yeah, really, I got like 20 wives and so on and so forth, no. You have other days for that, Verse 17. Leviticus 15, verse 17. And every garment and every skin whereon is the seed of copulation shall be washed with water and be unclean until the evening. So you don't just wash yourself up, even if it's whatever Friday you do your thing. Before Friday evening comes, you make sure you wash yourself up and clean yourself up, and something, put away that clothes. Okay, if it's a the stuff can get on things, seed of copulation can get on things. So make sure you clean up everything, throw in the laundry, fresh clothes, and then you be clean until evening.
Judah's second son, Onan.
Oh yeah, he pull out. He pull out. I mean, that's and the most I just killed him. It's like, oh man.
I do brother read that story and be like, see, you can't pull out. That's not what it was going to.
Yeah.
I was talking about it. It says it right there. He didn't want to raise up seed to his brother. Aaron had died before. That was the reason.
And then the most I kill him. So imagine the sister's like, what's going on, you know? The most I kill him like right then and there in front of her. She's like, oh.
That's kind of heavy. He made a sin. He just dropped dead just like that. Oh, died.
Yeah, and plus also if they go in and see, they can see the evidence, you know what went on, you know. So it's like, wow, you know, it's really sad. So it's like, and then the father got afraid. It's like, oh man, I'm not gonna give him, give her my other son, you know. The most I might kill him too. So
Is that why I thought he just negligent?
if I remember that there was like he didn't want to, because when she was seeing that his other son was growing up and he didn't want to give her his son, you know, she kind of like that's why she went out there and dressed up herself like that so she can end up get him, because he didn't want to give her his other son. If you're reading the story, you'll find out that.
Yeah, he just said in verse 11, Genesis 38:11, and he said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house. Sheila, my son, be grown. Where he said, let peradventure he died. Tamar went and dwelt in the father's house. But it doesn't say like he didn't want her to take him before the time. He was still, just a youngster, part 8.
Yeah, but she see that. Yeah. Yeah, in other words, and she saw that Sheila was grown, not given unto him to wife. If you read in verse 14, she says she see that he's grown, and she did not become his wife.
Oh, so you're saying he said
in verse 14.
You said he said in verse 11, till he be grown.
Yeah.
But his thought was, oh, I don't want him to die. Not because he was young, because he gave her and he gave her the all. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that he may die also, But they read in verse 14.
Right, I'm just saying the reason why he didn't give him to her was the time of the work. The reason why he didn't give.
Yeah, for he said, lest peradventure he die also. In verse 11.
Right, but it says till he be grown.
Yeah, till he be grown. Yeah.
Able to be taken as a husband.
Yeah.
That's how I saw that. We can talk more about it.
Yeah, okay.
But if I may, link 38 and 9, as far as building a seed.
Population 17. Yeah.
Genesis 38.
Wait, one second. Verse 17 is Genesis 38. Verse what?
9 and 10.
9. Yeah, star 6 your line, please. Star 6. Go ahead.
So Genesis 38, verse 9, it says, Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass that when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. And the thing which he did displeased Yahweh, wherefore he slew him also. Going to why? After the fact that slew him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to raise up seed to his older brother heir, since he died before he had children.
Yeah, you're supposed to raise up seed, you know, for your brother who died that didn't have any children or sons, something like that.
Inherit, you know.
Yeah. Because some people would say, wow, you know, it still come from the same, you know, bloodline and family, things like that. If you have two brothers, one go to one side or the other side, they still come from the father, you know. And also Isaiah 58 and 13. I'll write this down. Could you start 60 line, please? You can do it? Okay. And also, when you talk about the seed of copulation and things like that, Isaiah 58 and 13. If thou turn away thy foot from doing thy pleasure on my holy day and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honorable, and shall dishonor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words. So, you know, with the copulation and having sex in the Sabbath, you're not supposed to be doing that. Okay.
Even you both you guys know that you can't. Even you both you guys know that you can't, right?
Yeah.
You do the same bed together. Especially if one of you doesn't know. Then it's like,
Yeah, it's like, you know, you know, don't you love me? And oh, it's all about the church, the church, the church, the church, the church. It's all about the law, the law, the law, the law. All right, verse 18. The woman also with whom man shall lie with seed of copulation, they shall both bathe themselves in water and be unclean until the even. So even the woman too, you know, bathe yourself, wash up yourself. You know, you're unclean until evening. Copulation, that's how, you know, that's how mankind come from, you know. Verse 19, and if a woman have an issue, and her issue in her flesh be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days, and whosoever touch it, her shall be unclean until the even. So you're talking about, you know, menstruation now.
oh, so like, I had a link up
For verse 19?
for verse 18.
Oh, verse 18.
But he uses big voice so we can hear.
Yeah. A big voice, please. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, but when
Okay.
they're in the, I think it's Nabia, when he talks,
Nabia? Kahan Nabia?
his comments or, you know, his questions or whatever, we can't hear those.
Okay, did you hear the verse, Genesis 38, 9 and 10?
No.
For verse 17, Genesis 38, 9 and 10?
Link Genesis 38, 9 and 10 with verse 17 of Leviticus.
And Isaiah 50 and 13.
You can hear me now, right?
Okay.
You kind of, we hear you when you're reading, but when you're speaking otherwise, we don't hear because you use a soft voice.
Okay.
Leviticus 17 goes with what?
Goes with Leviticus chapter 15, verse 17. So this links with
10. 9 and 10.
Genesis 38, verse 9 and 10, links with Leviticus 15 and verse 17. So to link with Leviticus 15 and 18 now, I have another verse I want to link up. And it's in 2 Samuel.
I go 18.
Second
Right.
Samuel.
The unfortunate choice that David made to commit adultery.
Second Samuel.
Chapter 12. Oh, Salakia, chapter 11.
Chapter 12.
Chapter 11, verse 2 to 5. 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2 to 5.
Oh, Second Samuel.
Chapter 11, verses 2 to 5. So 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2, it says, "And it came to pass in an eventide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David said and inquired after the woman, and one said, Is not this Bathsheba the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child." But the verse 4 is really what we wanted, where it says, purified from her uncleanness, is going into her washing herself. Right? After they lay down with each other.
Or pure from our uncleanness. I mean, it could be even, she could have finished, it could be menstruation also.
Why would it be that? Otherwise, she wouldn't conceive. You're supposed to lay with a woman when she's already married.
No, afterwards. It could be afterwards. Or, whatever it
If
says.
she wouldn't have her, she conceived. She wouldn't have her issue. It wouldn't come.
Oh, wait a minute. He labeled,
They say she's with child, so obviously she wouldn't get it again after.
Yeah, okay, oh yeah, I get it now.
So then Cleanest here is talking about what the law says.
Oh.
If his seed gets in her, she has to wash herself.
Okay, I get it now, The water ark. Huh, okay. And sometimes
just to show the law in the history, but reading the stories is kind of sad, Good, bad, and ugly, right?
Yeah, everything is there. But even now, I was even thinking about, the other nations are seeing every kind of wickedness or things that we do now. They're seeing everything, because everything is on well, not everything, but they're seeing a lot of things what our people doing, on social media and other kind of forms, magazine, books. So sometimes I feel bad. Everybody seeing, everybody nakedness, not everybody, but a lot of our sisters and brothers, men and women, and nakedness. And it's just like something that happens every day and we're God's chosen people, you know. That never happened back in the days because, you know, certain things like, no, you know, but they've seen so much of it, you know, they get like, oh, you know, they're getting tired of it. I mean, you know, we're God's chosen people. It's like, wow, they've seen our sisters, you know, walking the street looking for money and selling themselves and doing all kind of stuff, you know.
I'm even thinking too, like the Maccabees, when we were captive under the Greeks, you had a certain number of us in, you know, in Alexandria that were righteous. You had a lot of our people that wanted to be like the Greeks. So we probably were competing in the games back then, in the news, right? Walk around exposing ourselves like the Greeks.
Yeah. So they can probably looking at people say, "Oh, you guys are the chosen people," and all of a sudden, look what your sisters are doing, look what your brothers are doing, you know, and things like that. Instead of, you know, it's sad, but it's true, you know.
Even the Greek, their pottery. Look at the pottery of the Greeks and their archaeology.
Oh,
exactly how they would get that.
Yeah, they're expressing in the art.
But even here now, I heard in the military now they have guys, you know, in their birthday suits and they're like lying up with each other like this close to close, and I'm like, really, you know, to feel that closeness to one another, you know, comradeship, you know. That's it.
If they call it an army of one for a reason.
You know.
We could read.
So I heard that, you know, they doing that stuff now. So what is it from Esau? It's coming out from Esau anyway, and he like to see all of that stuff, you know, a bunch of naked men lying up, you know, standing next to each other. Like, come on, man. And this is the military. Yeah, so I heard, you know, it's terrible. But Esau's running the show, so what they expect? You expect anything good to come from Esau? And even in the prison system, and even in certain things, everybody's baiting in just one, you know, shower heads only in a big room, shower heads, and every man just like baiting like that, you know, and every man just looking at each other and just like, yeah, the big shower. You know, you got like 20 shower heads and every man bathing like that.
You have all these men in the shower bathing.
Barracks. How is it in the barracks? What they have over Esau over there in Eastern Europe, you got the bathhouses. Pretty much the same they had in the Greek, the Greek and Roman times. They kept the bathhouses going, like parts of Europe.
And they say, "Oh, we're not gay, you know. We're not. We're men." But even sometimes when I used to go to the gym, I'm like, put on some clothes or something, you know. I would just go to the gym, you know, work out in my workout clothes and just, you know, put on my coat and the sleeve, you know. I ain't gonna go in the locker room. Okay. Verse 19. Like I said, like what I read, this is menstruation. You know.
You shower there, cover up.
Yeah, you know.
Cover up with the shower, cover back up. Dress, roll out.
And even for the Olympics now, they're wearing less and less and less clothes, you know. It's like, how much less can you get?
Extra tight.
Like what the scripture said, that causes sweat. So she's apart for 7 days. She's unclean. Sometimes some sisters like, wow, you know, I want to go to the Passover, but I'm having my monthly thing. Well, you know, you can't come. Or a feast day or a Sabbath day, you just can't come. I remember one time we were coming from camp and a brother was saying, yeah, this woman was up in some church preaching, and a thing came on her and she had to like almost like run off the pulpit, you know. Because she shared that issue. and shall be put apart 7 days. So you put apart, she's put apart. When you read in the book of view of the Hebrews, he said that they, you know, when the woman, certain things, the woman would be separate. Yeah, I think in the book of Hebrews, but no, is it no the book?
Right, in the book.
Yeah, in the book. I think it's in the book of the view of the Hebrews by Ethan.
What people now? What tribe?
No, it's talking about the Gadites.
You didn't say that.
Yeah, the tribe of Gad. Yeah, they do certain customs, and they would send the customs, you know, seem similar to what's in the Bible. So having uncleanness or menstruation, she would have herself separate. But like now we have grace. We have grace in the sense that when a man and a woman, they live in a one-room apartment, you know, and you know, one-room apartment, and they're sleeping on the same bed, you know, more or less. Not supposed to be touching her, but you know, grace for that because she's lying on the bed, she's sitting on the bed, she's, you know, doing things. But you know, even like back in the days, I was growing up with certain, you know, women having these things, they wouldn't allow the woman to be, you know, to be like chef in a restaurant because they would say she's like unclean and stuff like that. No, she wouldn't be like a cook in a restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, if she's having that thing. Yeah, she wouldn't be like a chef or, but she's in that situation.
Well, it's like this woman stays and woman isn't cook. And when we cook too, the thing come on, you know, what do we do? We gotta stay home.
The restaurant, who ran it? Who owned it?
No. Oh, what I'm talking about? I'm saying back in the days when I was growing up, you know, when in Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
In Jamaica, some when women had certain things that they wouldn't able to come and cook.
But it would just come the next week.
Yeah, they wouldn't, you know, have them because they're on that thing. But even some certain women who have their menstruation, sometimes it's so bad they have to take like a couple of days off from work. You know, because they're going through that heavy menstruation.
So how about today? Today, they got women cook.
But now today, you know, women are walking around here. You don't know if they're going through that or not because they wearing their pads or the tampons or whatever, so on and so forth, and they go to work every day. Yeah, Kahan Nabia.
Yeah, and a book called Hebrew Heritage of Black Africa by Steve Jacobs. It goes into our tribe on the western coast of Africa, and it says they used to follow that custom too, just like you mentioned the Judah Hebrews for the tribe of Gad. Said that our ancestors on the western coast did that as well, like in Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Ghana. We saw that custom as far as they had like special huts, like large huts they made just for women to go to for that week when they had their menstrual. So you see that certain customs carried over leading up to, you know, our captivity. You know, this was modern day era.
Yes. Plus, also is a separation that she's on, or a certain woman they have, and they would go to, you know, go to that hut to be separated. So the man can't have a relationship with her. Verse 20. And everything that she lied upon her separation, in everything also that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. Just like say we have grace in the sense because if if you're a woman and she's in that uncleanness and you're in a studio apartment and you only have one bed, one chair, you know, she's sitting on the bed, sitting on the chair, you know, doing all that. So, you know, you lie in the bed too. Because, you know, maybe some woman who has a big enough house that she's able to, you know, go into a separate bedroom. but we don't have that, separation, like a place that she can go for her separation. Verse 21. And whosoever toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. So, like I said, we have grace for this. And even with the separation, I come to hear that I would think the separation that she can't be around the regular congregation because she's unclean. Yeah, she's unclean. So even I think maybe even wise too. I would think, she's unclean. She's unclean. So verse 22. And whosoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes and bathe himself in water and be unclean until the even. So, separation, you touch anything, you gotta bathe yourself and wash your clothes and be unclean until the evening. And if it be on her bed or on anything whereon she sitteth, when he toucheth it, he shall be unclean until the even. So it's her separation. So she's separated, from him, and the stuff that she's touching and dealing with, that he's separated from her.
You pose an interesting question. Think about
What
as far as what we did, we were unclean. You mentioned the woman being unclean for a week. We were just thinking about like what we read. A man and woman laid down, have sex.
You see the copulation?
What would they do that next day if they were unclean? Would they, Israel, we would go to work. Like, you're a craftsman, or a weaver, or shepherd, or judge. Would you go to work that next day if you were unclean? We do it now.
I mean, here.
This time we're in the wilderness, so we had our food provided.
At that particular time, where it was, they were very, very strict. But this is like unknown because you have a job, you still got to go do your job.
6 days shall I labor and go to work. I'm just wondering when you're unclean that following day until the sun sets. So, like if you go like to the gates of the city to do commerce,
Yeah.
the assumption is okay, everybody's clean during that time,
Mm-hmm.
But just kind of thinking about it from a kingdom perspective, like us in our lands,
Yeah.
how we did it. We can talk about it later. It just occurred to me now as you're talking.
Anything you touch, things like that. But I even think about, when you have, multiple wives, multiple wives, and so I guess, for a separation, you have people there to protect them also, they're in a separation and watch over them and things like that. The kids probably be around them, because she still have to do, she would still have to do certain things. But like I said, in commerce, even if she's out there and she's selling, the person don't know, and the person buys something and take it to the temple or something like that, the same day. Yeah.
Even as a judge, like you mentioned, like a king even, he's not going to be, you got to think, he's not going to be every night because people have to come in for judgment. He's got to take care of business. So even if a man's more than one wife, he's not going to be every night. Because how can he even...
Are you talking about regular or Israel?
Israel is going to. You can say regular like the world.
Regular world.
I'm talking about in our kingdom. We have a judge or a king doing business. He has to handle certain affairs.
Yeah.
You got to think it's not going to be like every night. You know what I mean?
Right.
He'd be clean every day. He's doing the work. People coming in for counsel, advice. He's doing exchanges.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know, especially if they
Yeah, and the apostles and the 70 elders and the 70 more and more people coming in, Yeah,
Maybe you had someone that you might have servants or someone that could be your backup maker. Take a certain position, certain office. Became unclean for whatever cause.
I guess
people probably do it like that.
Yeah, because here, how we're doing it here, you was like, okay, I can't come, I'm unclean. Somebody else will do the service. Somebody else will do it, So you have different, judges and elders, and at the gate of the city and things like that. There's always X amount, and we have backup and other people there too,
Even the priest himself in the temple.
Yeah.
In the tabernacle. Otherwise, they have an argument. Otherwise, no more priests.
Yeah,
They're with their wife, one of the priests, son of Aaron, filling for that priest,
Yeah. Wow. Always a lot of backup and a lot of members, So there's always somebody out there to judge, to make judgment or make decisions or do commerce or protect the city or watchmen, Verse 24. And if any man lie with her at all, and her flower be upon him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the bed whereon he lieth shall be unclean. So she's unclean, and a man's gonna lie with her, he's gonna be unclean. Yeah, it's a bloody situation, Yeah, this is blood coming from her. And the blood is like flowing, the blood is coming out of here. Sometimes some guys say, yeah, that's why you have, multiple wives, they all can be unclean at the same time. 24.
To the judgment that comes between a woman when she's on her. I think with Leviticus 15 and 24, you can link Leviticus chapter 20, verse 18.
Leviticus.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 18. Just verse 18. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 18, it says, and if a man shall lie with a woman having her sickness, and shall uncover her nakedness, he hath discovered her fountain, and she hath uncovered the fountain of her blood, and both of them shall be cut off from among their people. That's the law.
Oh, that's it.
That's anytime.
Say it again.
Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 18.
What reading that?
Yeah, they found most that said cut off. Yeah. But you're not supposed to
actually do that. It doesn't make sense. You're trying to be intimate with her body.
Yeah, sometimes
her body is purifying herself through this process we're reading about. It doesn't make sense for you to lay down with her.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. If you do, they should be cut off. Yeah.
That's against the law.
Yeah. So.
Right.
I remember even when my son was born and things like that, and the doctor was saying that, well, she's in that, that period of uncleanness, right? And the doctor would say even a semen, even a semen get in there, he could, give her an infection, and it could mess up her womb and probably destroy her womb. I said, wow, I didn't know that until she told me, but of course I didn't touch her. Yeah, she's in that period or she's unclean, And plus also it's like, to see all that, you don't want to see all that blood,
Oh, and another link to Leviticus.
Of the verse? In verse? Okay.
Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 19. Leviticus chapter 18 and verse 19. It reads, also thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness. Chapter 18, verse 19.
Yeah, she's put apart for a certain reason because she's unclean. Sometimes, some women, glad to see it because at least they know they're not pregnant or something like that, And they, or some of them would say at least they get a break because they got to raise kids and things like that, Some women say, oh, they miss it, and it's like, uh-oh, she's she says she's pregnant, Yeah, she's married, and she get that. No, I mean, she usually, check it on a monthly basis to see when it's gonna come. Sometimes some women can know that it's gonna come a certain time of the month, and they could test it and say, okay, maybe it's late. Maybe she miscalculated something, and it came late. Yeah, it came late, and then she said, okay, yes, she gets it. Maybe she miscalculated. If she miss it, sometimes she may miss it like a day or two because of miscalculation. I remember back in the days, even as growing up in the Catholic, as going to the Catholic church, they would like give you a certain. They don't want to encourage people to use birth control, right? So they were saying, of X amount of time, women are fertile during this time, besides her menstruation, during this part of the month, she's more fertile, and you don't touch her. That's what they were, giving. So during a month, is common on a monthly basis, and she's able to know, and she can tell when it come. But when a young girl that's coming up, she doesn't know what's happening to her, then her female, her mother, or female in her family can help her in that area, what to do. That's what other women are there for, to do, to help her. Verse 25. And if a woman have an issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, or if it run beyond the time of her separation, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness shall be as the days of her separation, she shall be unclean. Verse 25. Find it quickly. Remember when you read in the woman of the issue, Mark 5:25, verse 25. Mark 5 and 25. Let's go. So Mark 5:25, verse 25. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years. So within that 12 years, no man is going to touch her because she's have that issue of blood. And verse 26, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse. So she in that situation, she had the issue of blood. Verse 27, when she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind, and touched his garment. For she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. So she tried other methods with the physician and everything, and didn't work. So she know about Jesus Christ, and she see to herself, if she touches, she's gonna be whole. Verse 29, and straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. 29. No, I'm in Mark 5:25 to 29. Yeah, because she had that issue of blood. So no man is gonna touch her, but she's on 12. Mark 5:20. So she was healed of that because the blood is. So with the issue of blood, she's like constantly changing, pads and cloth. I think back in the day they didn't have the pads, but they had like cloth, like menstrual cloth. Yeah, so it's like she's constantly changing and washing menstrual cloth. I just want to read something. Amen. Oh, okay. Misspelling a word. Isaiah 30:22. Let me get that. Isaiah 20. I'm going to read Isaiah 30, verse 22. I just want to read this quick. Isaiah 30, verse 22. He shall Defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth. Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence. So, when you think about menstrual cloth, you just want to like back in the days, I think the woman had cloth to cover themselves. So, there was even like a cheap cloth, and they'll like get it and like throw it away. But modern day not time now, they have pads and so on and so forth. We take care of that.
Isaiah 30 and 22.
Yes.
Isaiah 30 and 22.
Verse 25. So it's Yahushua, he's Jesus Christ, he's a priest and everything. So she touched his cloth and she got healed. So she didn't make him unclean because she got healed.
Isaiah 25 is what?
Isaiah 30 verse 22. So it gives you an idea that the woman had cloth for their menstruation. And even nowadays, when women going through that, they have to keep changing it. They keep changing it. Or maybe back in the day, the woman had cloths to do that, and they change it, and they have clean cloth to use and wash the other one and let it dry.
Yeah. Anything about like babies? We have like Kansas now. Before you said the cloth.
Yeah, the cloth diapers. Yes. Yeah. It's an environmental, better than like Pampers. What they use now, Pampers they use, and you just throw it in. It goes in the landfill and it saves them pile up and pile up and pile up till it's. Forget it. Back in the days, there's cloth diapers, and wash them and reuse them.
There's money involved. That's why.
Yeah.
There's money involved. A whole lot of money. So somebody came up with this idea. Let's invent some Pampers, make this better, and then
yeah, fill up the landfill.
Could have the diapers when they invented this. Right, when they use it for soldiers too.
Yeah, so even also too, they wanna just make it into a money thing, and instead of like, oh yeah, no, don't give a lot of breast milk, let them get Infamil and all these things. But some of some of the children need because their mother is sick or whatever, But the majority of the time, breast milk until you can eat soft food. Come on.
Oh yeah. Same thing what you read in Mark, Matthew chapter 9 and verse 20.
25.
Matthew.
Yeah. Matthew chapter 9 verse 20, and also Luke chapter 8 and verse 43.
Matthew chapter 9 verse 20.
Yep.
And Luke.
And then Luke chapter 8 and verse 43. It's the same story that Khan read, just in different gospels.
Luke chapter what?
Chapter 8 and verse 43.
Yeah, because she has that issue of blood. I mean, no man gonna want to have a relationship with her because she's in that situation. Yeah, verse 25. Verse 26. So it's a separation. We had a separation thing that woman had to be separated. Verse 26. Every bed whereon she lieth all the days of her issue shall be unto her as the bed of her separation. And whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean as the uncleanness of her separation. Oh yeah, so she's someone open the blinds, please. Baba Kasha, please. Yeah, so she's in a separation, and that's her separation bed, her separation area. So verse 27, and whosoever toucheth those things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and bathe himself in water, and be unclean until the even. So 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 you touch all anything that she has or lying on, you just gotta wash yourself up and be unclean on the evening. Verse 28, but if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall number to herself 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. So after she's clean from her, she got to number 7 days. This is not the regular, menstruation that she's having. This is some uncleanness. It says from verse 25, if a woman have her issue of her blood many days out of the time of her separation, so she's having it more than usual, like the lady, she had it for like 12 years. She got to number her 7 days, and after that she shall be clean. And that woman was unclean for 7 years because of the issue of blood. She was very happy for that.
You said 7 and 12, right?
No. I said woman that was unclean for 12 years. Yeah, that sister was unclean for 12 years. She was very happy. I'm quite sure she was very happy because for 12 years. And after that, she shall be clean.
I'm not still not understanding. 12 years, she had a lot of blood in her.
Yeah, she was unclean for 12 years.
Blood kept on flowing. Right. Like that. Okay, I know.
And she was healed up immediately.
Oh, they was talking about that.
So use all that blood, she passed away with all that blood.
But they was talking about the woman's mistress.
No, that was beyond, beyond, like in verse 25. That's beyond the menstrual. This is something else. Because some like nowadays they have certain women who are sickly with that, sickly with something like that, with some issue. She may have bleeding fibroids or whatever she may have.
I'm saying, where was it coming from, though?
It's coming from her uterus.
Okay, so it was coming from there.
Yeah, sometimes like I said, some woman.
You say something else. Explain it to me when you say something else.
Oh, she's having some kind of flow of blood coming from her uterus besides the regular menstruation.
Right. It was coming from the same area. That's all.
Yeah, it's coming from the same area. Because sometimes some women have it now and they have that issue and it makes them somewhat weak because you're losing all that blood and you have to take like vitamins or eat certain food and it can make you anemic.
Right.
And like you read in Mark, it tells that she was going to many physicians and it was like expensive. It's like today you go to different doctors for help, and you might have insurance, but then even insurance can run out too. They said we don't cover this beyond a certain point. That's what you read in Mark. I read it, chapter 5.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the money man. Yeah, we're in already. We're missing a little bit more.
Mark 5 and 25, 29.
So, verse 29 now. Leviticus chapter 15, verse 29. And on the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtles, which is 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. So she'll bring it to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation so the priest can get it from her. Verse 30, and the priest shall offer the one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering, and the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of her uncleanness. So she's doing a offering to the Most High because of that issue of uncleanness beyond many days. Verse 31, thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, when they defile my tabernacle that is among them. So we have to do these things according to the law, that they have to do that. They just can't just not do it. The Most I say, otherwise, they will die. Yeah, because sometimes people going through these things, having menstruation or constantly bleeding, and they just want to come up in the congregation. The Most I say you can't do that. The Most I would kill you for that. Yeah, you're supposed to go to a separation. Because even now, things like that, we don't know who is who or whatever, thing like that. And we're among, a lot of people constantly. So we don't know who is who or whatever, who's sick or not sick or unclean or, we don't know. Because we're not in charge. We're in captivity and we're not in charge. So if we're in charge, we would do these things. Like with here, we would do this. You're unclean, separation, offering for the priest, for your sins. That's it. Verse 32, this is the law of him that had an issue, and of him whose seed goeth from him, and his defiled wherewith. Verse 33, and of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that had an issue of the man, and of the woman, and of him that lieth with her that is unclean, which in seed of copulation, natural emission, wet dreams, or regular copulation, you unclean until evening. And when she's menstruation, something beyond menstruation, like with his sister was unclean for 12 years. The Moses said you have to go through these steps. A separations offering, and so on and so forth. We read it earlier. So that's chapter 15.
Offer, just be mindful of the holy days. She wouldn't bring a burnt offering or sin offering. That very to say that right? Because Christ is the ultimate sacrifice.
Right. Christ is the sacrifice, like all of us. Why? Right.
you can still do the separation
Right.
and the
What
watershed.
you got to do.
But as far as the offering itself, you just wouldn't do that.
Right, I got you.
Put it out there in case folks may not be familiar with hearing this for the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because afterward, like we read earlier, like for 7 days, verse 28.
How about in Christmas?
Well, they're not dealing with the full law. Yeah.
The Christmas law, you know, it might.
Yeah, they don't go into the full law here and the orphans and all these feast days and things like that. They don't go into it. They pick here, a little here, and that's it. Yeah, they would just pick they'll pick a song here or a little scripture here, and that's it. They talk about some of them even talk about the prosperity and blessings, and that's about it. All right, so that's chapter 15. And then we're going to take a half an hour break. 1:13. We're going to come back at 1:45. All right. Shalom, Israel.